Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to The Elder Scrolls Online. My name's Camel, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the Dwemer motif weapons and armor styles. Now, first up we have the light armor set. Very cool. As you can see, I have taken advantage of the armor dyeing system that has been implemented since the other weapons and armor style videos. And in my mind, this one looks pretty damn cool. I really like how they've done this, the light Dwemer style armor, because in previous Elder Scrolls games we've only seen the heavy Dwemer armor. We've never really seen the Dwemer style applied to other armor types, and I really like how they've implemented the Dwemer style into this light armor set. It looks quite cool. Only downside is I think the mask is quite masculine. As you can see, this is a female character and it looks kind of weird. Now secondly, we have the medium Dwemer armor set. Pretty cool. I'm not a fan of that helmet. The face is fine, but the actual shape of the helmet from the side and the back, it looks a bit weird. As you can see, they have carried on a lot of that Dwemer patterning or racial styles onto the armor with those crude swirls. Not really too much to this. I wish they'd done more with the pauldrons, the shoulders that is. They kind of on the biceps instead of on the actual shoulders, which is a bit odd. But all in all, it's an alright set. It's not my favorite medium armor set, but it's alright. Lastly, for the armors, we have the Dwemer heavy armor, which I'm sure is familiar to most of you. We have seen it in just about, as far as I can remember, from Morrowind onwards, we have seen the Dwemer heavy armor. This is much closer to the heavy armor we've seen in Skyrim. It looks a lot more streamlined, less bulky than what we've seen in previous Elder Scrolls games. I do like the belt. Again, the way they've added little simple touches that really shine the Dwemer style. Like the way they put the Dwemer scrap metal on the pauldrons, that's really cool. The helmet stays quite true to previous helmets. I like the Dwemer Centurion face on the belt buckle, that's pretty cool. All in all, a very nice set. Now, moving on to the weapons. First up, we have the one-handed axes. These are pretty cool. They're a bit different to previous Dwemer one-handed axes we've seen. They're quite big and pretty cool, but they do have that blocky dwarven Dwemer feel to them. There's not too much patterning on it. I would have expected to see more patterning, but nonetheless, some pretty nice axes. Now next up we have the one-handed swords. The way they go to the point is not what I expected to see. I expected the point to be a lot broader and less of a sharp edge at the top. A bit more of a consistent broadsword like we would have seen in previous Elder Scrolls games. A very simple design, but perhaps that's the look they were going for. Next up we have the one-handed maces. These look a little bit cooler than the other two one-handed weapons we've seen so far. You can see the Dwemer style on the head of the mace, and I do like that they've put like a tiny little axe head on the back of the head of the mace. That's pretty cool. Nothing too over the top, but it does the job. Now moving on to the two-handed weapons, and first up for the two-handed weapons we have the two-handed axe, the battle axe. Quite a large head this axe has. I think there's a little bit more design and detail that's been put into the blades of the axe. The handle looks a little bit, again, more detail, more thought's been put into it, I feel, than the other weapons we've seen so far. Pretty nice two-handed axe, I like it. Now we have the two-handed sword, the Claymore. This is probably my favorite weapon so far within the Dwemer style. It's carrying on the same blade shape as the one-handed sword, but I feel like they put a lot more effort and detail into this one with the circles going up. That looks really cool. It almost looks like some kind of astrological chart. I feel like they should have made the handguards a bit bigger or a bit sharper and less round, but all in all, I think this is a really, really cool two-handed sword. And next up we have the two-handed mace, the Warhammer. Really cool. Again, it's basically a double-sided version of the one-handed mace, which we do see in so many of the styles. And again, it has been kept quite simple. So now we have the daggers, the Dwemer daggers. These are, as we see in so many racial styles, the daggers are basically scaled down versions of the one-handed swords, almost identically. Yeah, I think they are identical. So there you go, we have some midget one-handed swords here. Again, quite plain, quite simple. To me, it doesn't really resonate the Dwemer race, and I just wish that they had added a bit more detail and Dwemer styling to this. Next up we have the bow, the Dwemer bow. Pretty cool. It's very similar in shape to the Dwemer bow that we've seen in Skyrim. Quite a simple arrowhead. The feathers on the arrow have a very kite-like shape. Very cool. I think this bow would look a lot cooler in some different colors. Unfortunately, they don't have a weapon coloring system like they have the armor dyeing system, which I think is something they do need to implement. Now lastly, for the weapons we have the staff. This staff style applies to Frost Staff, Flame Staff, Lightning Staff, and Restoration Staff. Again, quite simple. It almost looks like a very small column, the handle that is. The head is not that interesting. It has, again, that kind of crude Greek feel to it, but truly it is nothing stunning or magnificent. And finally, we have the shield, the Dwemer shield. Kind of creepy. I think they're carrying on that Centurion face kind of thing on the shield, but it looks to me like an alien or some kind of voodoo mask or something. I think if they made that face a bit broader, it would look more Dwemer, but pretty cool. Again, I'd like to see that shield in some different colors. And there you have it. There is the Dwemer weapons and armor styles. I hope you enjoyed the video. My favorite things here were the light armor and the heavy armor and the two-handed sword. Apart from that, I truly wasn't that impressed. But that's okay, because there's always Skyrim to go back to. Let me know in the comments if you did or didn't like any of the particular weapons and armor styles you saw in this video. So, like I said, if you have anything to say, any questions, any video requests, or any constructive information that you would like to share with myself or the other viewers, please leave a comment. Please leave a like if you did enjoy this video and you would like to see videos similar to this one. Don't forget to share this video amongst your family and friends. And as always, if you did enjoy this video and you would like to see more videos on the Elder Scrolls and Elder Scrolls lore, please subscribe. It just lets me know that people are actually interested in these kind of videos. So I would like to thank you again very much for watching. There's going to be a bunch of links in about 5 seconds to all of my other weapons and armor styles videos. Be sure to check them out and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.